Okay. After a couple minutes of thinking, I can even show you how long it's been. As you can tell, it has not been that long because of this area right here. But like I said, it was going to retest, and it's going to keep going down until it goes out that box. So it hasn't been that long. It's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25, give or take. Anyway, I found a decent bullish example for equilibrium. So we got the most recent low right here, and then the most recent high right here. And then if I take this and I stretch this out, keeping it on top of that bullish candle, as you can see, lowest candle. Okay, cool. Everything looks great. So let's zoom in and get a little understanding. If I just stretch this out so it looks more normal. Okay, so this is my understanding so far. Lowest to highest point. So we got down, up, down, up, down, up, yada, yada, yada. Let's say we were in this area so far, right? This would be the most recent high candle. Let's say that's where we were. And we put the Gann box to the highest point right there. 1, 0, 0.5. Cool. All right, so this is my understanding. Price from here, this area where we are currently, let's like just forget like anything beyond past this point. Price starts forming and it drops lower, and then we see a long stretch of a bearish candle, but buyers are too strong, and that tells me one thing, that it's almost equal. It tells me that it's almost equal because I can see the line right here, the 0.5 line. I can see that it's almost balanced out, and it's so close, but the buyers are a little strong. Okay, candle closes, next candle forms, pushes up, and then you can see how low it gets and how high it gets with the wicks of that candle, that bearish candle. In this case, you know, bullish was almost there, but not strong enough. Bearish pushes it down, trying to form a down route, but it closes below the line, and the next candle was forming, and closes just barely closes above that line, just tiny, like a quarter thin. But it's not a good confirmation, but only because we can see on the last bearish candle, the most recent one, that buyers were strong, and same with the second most recent, that buyers were also strong, and that tells us that the fact that it closes just barely enough and that it got this high up as well, and look, you can tell that the bottom of this bullish wick was not strong at all, like not at all. So because this is essentially where it closes for bearish when it starts here, but it didn't go any shorter because buyers were so strong. Buyers were strong here as well because it went all the way up, went all the way down on sellers, but buyers were so strong again. So that tells me one thing, with these two being so weak, this is a good confirmation, even if it barely closes above that line, that it's enough to just shoot up and you can grab just a little bit. That's a good tiny little short entry, even though you're supposed to go for a long position. But I would go for a short position on this, maybe, depending on, you know, how much I'm winning here. But if we reset the chart view, we can tell it's just a tiny little leap, and that's pretty much it. But I got a bearish example and then a bullish example here. And yeah, so we can move on to SMT divergence, and I'll continue practicing finding different equilibriums, examples, and seeing how I do.